Yo, it's your boy OG Shizzy Brizzle. This another Shizzy Lit podcast. You understand me? We doing the top 10 horror podcasts of 2023 today. You feel me? Where I get this joint from? FMpodcast.com or some shit like that. Shout out to them. You know what I mean? Shout out to FM.com. No, Player.fm podcast. Player.fm podcast is pardon me and shit. And they gave us a nice little list of horror podcasts we can go check out 2023. I'ma do about 10 of them and shit, so here we go. Digital Folklore, number 1. Digital Folklore. Digital Folklore is an immersive audio adventure that takes place inside a fictional universe, but explores the real-world truth behind various expressions of internet culture and how each holds up a mirror to the society from which they emerge. This podcast is great for audio. See, because you know most of the little podcasts is audio. They just converted it over to video not too long ago, but a part of the podcast definition is audio. Just to let y'all know that and all that shit, you feel me? But when you're doing the audio, your brain is the movie, you feel me? Your brain movies is better than any movie, cinema movies that's in the theater. Because your brain and your imagination is what make these movies out here. When you bring it out and you put it into the damn director's hand and all that. But your imagination is the free movie and is the best movie. Number 2. The top 10 horror podcast, Scared to Death. True horror fan Dan Cummins attempt to terrify his wife Lindsay with 2 new alleged to be true tales each week. Demonic possession, poltergeist, shadow people, and more. Subscribe and listen in the dark to your new weekly nightmare. You notice the slogan is, y'all, listen to it in the dark. Let your imagination run free and you'll be a little frightened. If that's what you like, if you like the fright, y'all need to listen to True, what it's called, Scared to Death podcast tonight. You dig? So anyway, the next joint is No Sleep podcast. This is number 3 on the top 10 horror podcasts and shit. You dig? No Sleep podcast. No Sleep podcast is a multi-award winning anthology series of original horror stories with rich atmospheric music and to enhance the frightening tales. Pardon me, to enhance the frightening tales. So that's number 3. The No Sleep podcast. I guess it's that scary. You can't get no sleep once you read. You keep thinking about the stories and imagining the shit this nigga was telling you about. You feel me? Number 4 on the top 10 horror podcast is called Lore. Lore is a bi-weekly podcast, now also a TV show and a book series about dark historical tales. Each episode explores the mysterious creatures, tragic events, and unusual places that fill the pages of history. Because sometimes the truth is more frightening than fiction. That's a fact. Truth do be more frightening than fiction sometimes. I know this and shit. Like on some Final Destination shit like that be happening in the world for real. Like niggas just meant to happen and all that type shit. So I definitely feel them on that, you feel me? And we gonna rock, what's this, number 5 now we on? Number 5 is 13, you feel me? Number 5 of the top 10 horror podcast is 13, a feature-length, atmospheric, slow burn, spooky story told on the 13th of each month, exploring an airy universe of supernatural and occult tales. Alright, so they only do it on the 13th. Every month, every now and then, the 13th fall on Friday, what makes it scary. A shout out to my man Jason and shit. You feel me? But number 5 is 13 on the top 10 horror podcasts and shit. You know what I mean? So y'all go check that out. All the spooky enthusiasts and shit. You feel me? That's number 5. Number 6 is Let's Not Meet a True Horror Podcast. Let's Not Meet a True Horror Podcast. You feel me? It's number 6 in the mix, you dig me? The true horror stories written by those that made it out, a live first-person account narrated and produced by Andrew Tate in the anthology of terror and suspense. To hear your story on the show, send it to Let's Not Meet Stories at gmail.com. Alright, so you can get your own stories on there and here read your stories and shit. So you gotta write that joint perfect. Read that motherfucker like you got some, so he can read it and shit. But you gotta write it like you got some sense so he can sound educated and like he know what the fuck you talking about. Any motherfucker with. Number 6, Let's Not Meet, a true horror podcast. You feel me? Number 6 on the top 10 horror podcasts and shit. Yiddy. So we at number 7. Number 7 is Tower 4. Mike Archer is a newly appointed fire watcher in the Wyoming woods. While he's never done anything like this before, he needed something new after his mom passed. Now he hopes to spend his days in a tower above the trees, looking for fires and working on his new book. But things aren't as it seems and shit. So that's number 7, Tower 4. You feel me? That's the name of the podcast on the top 10 horror podcasts and shit. You know what I mean? We gonna go to number 8. We on 8. Number 8, Creepy. From creator John Grills, a collection of most famous and disturbing hold on, let me say that again. From creator John Grills, a collection of the most famous and disturbing creepypastas and urban legends in the world. Listener's discretion is advised. Stories requested can be made on Twitter at CreepyPod or via email at creepypod@gmail.com. Hosted on Acast. See Acast.com privacy for more. Alright, so I like these little type podcasts and shit. I'm gonna go on and motherfucking whip up a podcast and send them joints to them so we can cross network. Y'all hear my voice on Creepy. You just feel me? And Creepy. I think that's number 8 and shit. Let me go back and count these, make sure. Digital Folklore was 1. Then we had Scared to Death is 2. The No Sleep Podcast is 3. Lore is 4. 13 is 5. Let's Not Meet, a true horror podcast is 6. Tower 4 is 7. Creepy is 8. And we are on the number 9, Disturbed. True terrifying horror stories, kidnapping, serial killer, maniacs, and the worst part of your nightmare come to life. Join us every Thursday as we bring you a new set of real encounters. Share your experience via voicemail at hotline.disturbedpodcast.com or email at the same thing. They got the same type of email. I guess it's gmail.com. So shit. You feel me? So that's 9 right there. And Creeps Make Pasta, Creepypasta Radio is number 10 on the top 10 horror podcasts for 2023. Matter of fact, creepypastas are the urban legends of the internet. A new age of horror told through digital word of mouth. Giddy! So, there go the 10 right there and shit. You feel me? I'ma do these first 10. I'ma double back and do another set of 10 and shit. You feel me? But y'all know where y'all heard it from. It's your boy OG Shizzy Briswell. It's another Shizzy Lit podcast. Top 10 horror podcasts of 2023. Remember where y'all heard that shit from. I'm out. Yiddy!